She said, when I touch her skin, I give her his stroke. Not too many people can do the things I do. None of them can replicate my moves. Anytime you call on me, my girl, I'll be there in a hurry. Bolale, be prepared to cooperate with me. She asked God, do I smell so good, girl, that's who Dior. Her panty drip like say rain they fall. Your clothes have to be love. Exceptional gymnast, say this girl can do it all. I put you above all the other girls, but they here before you. Yeah, yeah. Girl, you give me life. Natural, mineral. Girl, you so. Girl, you give me life. Natural, minerals. Girl, you're so. She said, when I touch her skin, I give her his stroke. Not too many people can do the things I do. None of them can replicate my moves. Anytime you call on me, my girl, I'll be there in a hurry. Bolale, be prepared to cooperate with me. She asked God, do I smell so good, girl, that's who Dior. Her panty drip like say rain they fall. Your clothes have to be love. Exceptional gymnast, say this girl can do it all. I put you above all the other girls, but they here before you. Yeah, yeah.
Hello guys, welcome to Boxing Blogs and the home of Nigerian African boxing. And please, if you're new to this channel, make sure you click the like and of course the subscribe button right now, and also go to the notification bell icon, click it and select all so to drop any new exclusive, you will definitely be notified. Big ups to each and every one of you that are listening to this broadcast right here. We're live right now, and we're going to be breaking it down because Joshua is currently in the United States of America, USA. Rumors has it that Joshua is seeking a new trainer or training camp over there, and we all know, going with the recent occurrence, Joshua recently, of course, had visited the Virgil Hunter's gym and Eddie Reynoso. This is good news. I have to say, this is good news. And at the end of Metro Boxing also waging on this. At the end of Metro Boxing said, that Joshua is already training, okay, for the rematch, and looking around, just kind of observing the atmosphere, observing the city, observing, of course, the camps over there, the gym over there. Like we suggested that Joshua should, after that loss, we said he should go to America, isolate himself and train very hard, because Usyk rematch is not an easy rematch. It's one of those fights that Joshua has to win. Let's hear from Eddie Hearn right here.
He can do some serious damage, but Usyk's a brilliant fighter, and he's going to have to switch it up. But I think he's switched on to make the changes. He's just been chilling, travelling around, be out here I think another week, and then going to head back. and start preparing. Really, he's already training again. He's supposed to be chilling out here, but I was with him this morning. He was training and starting to get his head switched on for the rematch.
What do you need to see from him in that rematch, Eddie?
You need to see aggression. You need to see ruthless instinct. You saw Usyk's face after the fight. It hardly landed on him. He can do some serious damage, but Usyk's a brilliant fighter, and he's going to have to switch it up. But I think he's switched on to make the changes.
By the way, big ups to Boxing Social for this right here. Boxing Social has to be one of those channels out there that really drop bombs. They have such an interesting journalists there that cover boxing, report about boxing, and does interviews. Very professional. And Boxing Social, I say, has to be the next big thing in terms of how they conduct themselves. They don't strike your videos, and I don't want to bring someone in here, but you know what it is already. So here is Anthony Joshua right here with Canelo Alvarez. Joshua is being taught Spanish, like the slangs in it. You have to keep in mind that in Latin America, they do have some different slangs, that they had to Spanish, just like that of the African American English, and so there's always the swag. There's always the swag to the Spanish they speak there, from Mexico to Dominican Republic to Puerto Rico. Of course, Puerto Rico is part of the U.S. territory. I'm talking about the Hispanic countries, South America. Though Brazil speak Portuguese, so they are not. Of course, they are part of South America, but Brazil is a unique country of its own. Now, let's dive more into this right now. So Anthony Joshua seeking a trainer. When Joshua lost that fight, I just knew that Joshua needed an American trainer. Okay, we know he needed an American trainer. Some people are suggesting that Eddie Reynoso would be a good match for Anthony Joshua. I don't know if that would be a match, because I have to say, because of the language barrier, Joshua has to understand all the things he's saying. Even Joshua, he didn't really actually follow Rob McCracken's instructions in the first Andrews Jr. fight. Okay, so what makes you think he will follow? I would even know what Andrews is saying in the corner. So I think Virgil Hunter will be good. Joshua needs someone that is gonna probably put it on him in a way, like make him go extra hard on himself, make him go to a very, very dark place, or somewhere he hasn't been to before, somewhere that he's not comfortable with, because this fight right here against Alexander Usyk, of course, is not a do or die thing, but his pride is on the line. People are going to judge his warrior code if he does fight Usyk and try to box him, or not put it on him, or not go to war with him. People are going to definitely have their say that it wouldn't be nice, because Joshua, he has an African map, geographical map tattooed on his shoulder. That signifies a lot, when you're carrying that map on you right there. You've got to represent and we Africans, we are warrior, we are, blue blood warriors, you understand? So I think Joshua knows this, and he himself is a warrior. It's just that Joshua, that when money is everything, money is something, bro. When money gets to your head, it becomes different. Of course, money hasn't got to Joshua's head in terms of his humility. Joshua is still very much humble. Joshua is like a people's champ. He gave his attention to everybody. If you see you, he greets you, like he hang with you. He's very respectful. However, in the ring, you can tell that Joshua has taken the business side more than the boxing side, and I think what he's doing right now is the best. Going to territories that you're not comfortable with, because just fighting in Britain, training in Britain, in Sheffield is not bad. However, at some point you've got to change your camp. You've got to go to places where you are not comfortable. And where there's also good life. Like where people are having lots of pleasure. Because if we should take California for example. California is a vibrant place, lots of fun there, lots of hoes. Oh, sorry to use that. Lots of women out there that are gonna distract you, and yes, lots of temptations, less of temptation. So Joshua need this to be able to focus, because when you are in the midst of temptation. It's just like when let's talk. I don't really believe in biblical stories like that, especially that of Adam and Eve. But let's use that as a reference now. Just like how Adam and Eve, Adam and Eve was Adam was given an apple by a serpent, and Adam didn't know that he was being tempted by the devil. So Joshua has to be tempted, in that environment where there is pleasure and there is pain, because if you look at California and a gym is visited, there are pleasures there and there are pains. Canelo is in the midst of pleasure and pain, between pleasure and pain, the midst of pleasure and pain. In California, like I said, there are lots of temptation there. There are also lots of pain there. So Joshua has to be able to fight the demons and that is inside him and bring out that savage. Of course, I would have loved. Someone said, "Well, why don't Joshua go to Nigeria and train?" I said, "Nah, there's too many distractions, bro. Joshua going to Nigeria would be like so many distractions, even more than he wouldn't be able to focus on his training. California, America has to be the best. In fact, even going to the Big Bear, Big Bear, where like there is nobody else other than yourself. So we're gonna see how that plays out, and we are definitely hoping for Joshua to bounce back. I think Joshua will bounce back, though. Of course, some people are not really, they don't really think so. They think, oh well, Joshua will not bounce back. I think Joshua will bounce back. I think even if Joshua loses that fight, bro, like it's not a big deal to lose a fight. However, it just depends on the kind of, I would say, the kind of fight you fight, the kind of effort you put in. Shout out to God Loves Kindness. He or she says Joshua should go for Ruiz, former trainer. That guy is the real deal. Oh, you mean Manny Robles? Manny Robles. Where does Manny Robles live? It's not in Baja California. No, Baja California. That's Mexico. Baja California, Mexico. I think Manny Robles live in California, bro. Like I've interviewed him before on the platform. I think he lives in California. Yeah. Wow. Manny Robles will be also very. Oh my God, this guy just. Thank you, brother. Thank you for that comment right there. I forgot about Manny Robles. Manny Robles will be an excellent trainer for Anthony Joshua. Shout out to my brother Coca Kenneth Frank. He says greetings to everyone in the house. Greetings to you, brother. So Manny Robles will be a very good trainer because he's very tactical. Okay, and is going to make Joshua put in the work, because he did say, when I interviewed him, I'm going to see if I can find the interview. Let me see if I can search for the interview. Let me see right here. I need to see if I can search for the interview and play what me and him discussed on here, because you just brought in something very interesting right now. And Manny Robles is one hell of a trainer who I think will just automatically, improve Anthony Joshua. Let's see. Manny Robles on BBC right here, Yeah, I found the interview, man. This was when when Joshua beat Pulev. Let's see. Hi everyone, welcome to Boxing Blog. Let's see right here. Hold on, guys. Yeah, let's see. I have to see what Manny Robles said here when he said he will be ready to train Anthony Joshua. He'll be willing to train him. Vlogs and guys, and please, if you're new to this channel, make sure you click the like and of course the sub. The hell. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Hi everyone, welcome to Boxing Blogs and guys, and please, if you're new to this channel, make sure you click the like and
correct.
Let's see what he said here. A lot of people as well, have been talking about the Fury Joshua fight for 2020.
No he hablado con él, no, desde el año pasado, desde su disciplina y que no.
That when you talk about Canelo wins,
I don't know. I want to see a good fight. Canelo win. If he, he's a favorite, so he should. But will he? I don't know, because Colin Smith is a solid 168 pounder.
With Charles Martin in your corner, or has he been improving? What has he been doing differently as a fighter compared to the last time he fought Joshua?
Correct. Well, look. First of all, I have to thank you for your words and what you just said, and your thoughts about me, and what we were able to accomplish with Andy Reese. That was great. We did something special that night together as a team, and that's what I'm keeping. That's what I'm keeping to myself. With June 1st, we were able to shock the world and win the world title, and we did something that no one expected. So with that aside, with Charles Martin, getting back to Charles Martin is definitely not the same fighter.
How do they reach you? If
hold on, guys, because I'm still searching for this right now. I need to do something right now, because I know there is, when he said he was impressed by Anthony Joshua, win over Pulev. So I know what I'm doing right
if they
here.
say, "Oh, I'm like the next champion, and I want a good trainer," how would they reach you?
Man, where did they? Good person. How has life been since the first fight? It was so amazing how you gave Ruiz the right plan to beat Anthony Joshua. How were you able to figure Joshua out as a fighter? Because a lot of people have said Joshua has flaws, Joshua is this, Joshua is that, is robotic, but nobody was able to figure it out, until you did with Andrews Jr. How were you able to figure Joshua out as a fighter?
You study the fighters, I've known Anthony Joshua since he was an amateur. I watched him fight at the World Championships as an amateur in Baku, Azerbaijan, when I was working with Team USA, and I got a chance to meet him back then, and I've been watching him fight since he turned pro, and first of all, I'm a fan of Anthony Joshua. I was always a fan. Even as an amateur, I always looked up to him and admired him as a fighter and everything he was able to do as an amateur, winning gold in the 2012 Olympics, and eventually becoming who he is today. But it just so happened that we got the opportunity to fight him with one of my guys. Actually, two. I had fought Dominic Brazil back in
Yeah.
2016. We had fought him back then, and and then we fought him again with Andy Ruiz. So yeah, I was very well aware of Anthony Joshua, and being up close and then personal with the first fight versus Dominic Brazil. I got a chance to know him a little bit, look at his strengths, study his strengths, but also study his flaws. And we took advantage of that with Andy Ruiz, and it worked.
In the rematch, things kind of changed ways because Joshua came up with a different game plan. And a lot of people have been saying that Andy Ruiz Jr. did not train for that. He did not, but we saw you do some pad work with him. I think he trained for it, but maybe he didn't take it serious as it took the first fight serious.
No, of course he wasn't 100%. He trained for the fight. Of course he did. If he didn't, then he wouldn't have gone the 12 rounds that he did with Joshua. He trained, but he wasn't 100%, and that's the problem. When you challenge a fighter like Joshua, you need to be 150%, and you need to be on your A game. You have to be at your best, and unfortunately, he wasn't. I believe that we had a good game plan coming into the second fight because I suspected that Joshua would not really box more than he normally did, and kind of like be on his toes and a lot of forward stick and move and not be stable, not stand in the same place for too long. But again, when you're not 100%, when you're not you can't execute a game plan when you're not at your best.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So I guess you watched the fight, Joshua's fight with Pulev this last weekend.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I called it. I called the fight, and I put a little video out there with my thoughts on the fight, and I suspected that that Joshua would get the knockout after the 6th round. After the 6th round, and so he got it in the 9th. So good.
Are you impressed with the new Joshua? Were you impressed with the performance, or because a lot of people have been criticizing?
Considering that he hadn't fought in a year, I like what I saw from Joshua. A little bit of ring rust, but I this fight, I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he was able to get nine rounds in, right? He was able to get 9 rounds this way. If he gets another fight, then if he gets a fight with Tyson Fury, he'll get that ring rust out the way and he'll be ready for it.
A lot of people as well, have been talking about the Fury Joshua fight for 2021. That's the big fight we wait for. Like, in your opinion, what do you think?
Well, you got to remember, Andy Ruiz had no chance either, and he won, right? So why can't someone like Anthony Joshua have a chance? Of course he does. He's a world champion, and it'll be an incredible fight. I think the fans are gonna win more than Joshua versus Fury. I think the two winners are gonna be us, the fans, because it's a fight we all want to see. So at the end of the day, may the best man win, but we're definitely gonna, as fans, we're gonna be the real winners that night.
Yeah, también quiero hablar español, también. Oh, spoke Spanish here.
Pone de su parte.
With.
Yo no me quiero hacer responsable.
Do you have any heavyweight in your roster now? As of now, is there any heavyweight in your roster?
Yeah, I have Charles. I have Charles. I have
Charles Martin.
Charles Martin fought Anthony Joshua for the world title. As a matter of fact, he was a world champion then, and Charles Martin just in last February he won the mandatory, so we're the mandatory challengers now to the belt.
Wow, that was interesting. Also, of course, I have to ask you that we know the best pound for pound fighter, Canelo Alvarez, will be fighting on Saturday.
Yeah, definitely. Canelo win.
It was crazy when I saw it.
Manny, I'm so happy you're able to get on the show. I just wanted to. We touched up on you being in Brazil's corner when he fought Anthony Joshua, and people were giving the praises to Andy Ruiz, and I was a little bit disappointed when I told people, I'm like, listen, the missing key was Manny Robles. Manny Robles has fought Joshua once. He's been watching Joshua for a long time. So I believe without you, Andy Ruiz would have gotten that win. And people could hate this channel, they could hate me for it, but I 100% believe that. So it was disappointing that when he left, people still weren't really acknowledging, like, okay, Manny was that guy that really brought Andy to it. It was just Andy's fault that he wasn't able to actually train.
Right on.
And going on to Charles Martin being the mandatory, and I'm telling people, I'm like, listen, the Charles Martin that fought Anthony Joshua, him with Manny Robles is gonna be different. It's not gonna be an easy a walk in the park. It's gonna be a tough fight for Anthony Joshua now that you're in his corner, because now you fought Anthony Joshua once, twice, and three. It's about to be a third fight. It's about to be a third fight now. So it's more of like a Manny Robles being that key to, being that guy that upsets Anthony Joshua, or that gives Anthony Joshua a hard time. Now, my question is, what would you do differently going into that third fight with Charles Martin in your corner, or has he been improving? What has he been doing differently as a fighter compared to the last time he fought Joshua?
Correct. Well, look. First of all, I have to thank you for your words and what you just said, and your thoughts about me, and what we were able to accomplish with Andy Ruiz. That was great. We did something special that night together as a team, and that's what I'm keeping. That's what I'm keeping to myself. Was June 1st, we were able to shock the world and win the world title, and we did something that no one expected. So with that aside, with Charles Martin, getting back to Charles Martin is definitely not the same fighter that fought Anthony Joshua when he lost the belt. Charles Martin is a better fighter now. He just came out the best performance of his career last February. He's a better fighter. He's not only is he obviously a better fighter, but he's matured as a person. He's matured as an individual, as a human being. He knows what he wants. He's working harder than ever. And if we get the opportunity to fight Joshua, well, obviously, and this one will definitely not be the same fighter. We'll have a different approach. And Charles Martin is not Andy Ruiz, vice versa. Looking at fighters with different styles, and he's a southpaw, Charles. So obviously, we would have to fight him differently. But I believe that Charles would have definitely have a chance to shock the world, just like Andy Ruiz did.
Thank you. And if I've always wondered, if fighters want to reach you, how do they reach you? If they say, "Oh, I'm like the next champion, and I want a good trainer," how would they reach you in communication, trying to communicate, so you can see what they have?
Yeah, well, they can always DM me. Nowadays, it's easy to get a hold of someone on Instagram, DM me, send me a message, and I'll get right back to them. You know what I mean? Normally, that's how I do it.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much, man. That's all I have.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. God bless you for joining the show. You are the first trainer to join this show, and I'm really glad. But I want to ask you one more question. First, I know you just a pathetic question away. Like, if you were to be a part of the Joshua team, for example, because I know your style will be very effective with Joshua, your style of training, because I just heard recently that Joshua has like 3 trainers or something like that come in and help out with his training. Okay. If you were to be in that position, do you think Joshua will be a much better fighter than he is now?
I think I can add to his to who he is now as a fighter. I think I can help in some ways. I've been watching him fight for a very long time, so I know, because I'm a fan, so I know him very well. I know, but I also believe in myself and my abilities as a coach, and be able to add to what he already has to offer to try to make him a better fighter. Definitely.
Well, guys, you heard it, and I did ask him that question, and he said that it can add to what Joshua already has. That's one of those things you have to look at. Big ups to Manny Robles for that interview. That was like some kind of, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, that was last year. But still, some questions you ask can be useful in the future. That's why BBC remain the best, bro. Oh my. I did that December 17th of December 2020. Wow. And to this day, that question that I asked them still very much useful. And Joshua is now in America. So Joshua being trained by Manny Robles, that would be a very good combination and connection link up, you know. And I think Manny Robles, I think his style is the way he prepares his fighter, the way he tried to make his fighters work extra hard. I think is amazing. But and I think Joshua also admires Manny Robles. We'll see who Joshua goes with in America. But right now he's training. He's wanting to be training, but you've got to have a trainer to train with. And yes. Big ups to my brother right there. God loves kindness. That asked that question. That suggested that Joshua should go and reach for my trainer. And Moses Adeniran says, "Bro, I salute you from Dubai." Shout out to you, brother. Big ups to Moses Adeniran. Lucan is here. He says AJ can change his training. If he wants to beat, he needs more a change in mindset. Yeah, I understand that. AJ mindset is very strong. AJ Lucan says he should stay with Rob McCracken. Man, you must be kidding. Why should he? I'm not saying he should not stay with Rob McCracken. I'm not saying he should fire Rob. However, Rob is not good enough when we're in the elite level. Rob is not good enough. Joshua, a fighter like Joshua has to be he has to be an already made, the finished product. Because each time I see Joshua fight, he's still learning and learning. Before he became a world champion, he was still learning. After became a world champion, he was still learning. He unified the belts, he was still learning. He lost on the junior, still learning. He got the belt back, still learning. He beat Rapolet, still learning. Now lost to Olazar Usyk, still learning. And going into this fight, still learning, bro. How many times will you be learning? Oh my God, these years. Joshua should have been the finished product already. I mean, that's one of those things I have to say. And yes, guys, like the video. We are live right now. Big ups to each and every one of you that support the channel. Big ups to Richard Dekbo. Ikbo. Big ups to you, bro. He says a good decision from AJ. Now we take AJ serious again. Big ups to Frank Obioma. It's a first and original match spoiled his belief. I don't know about that, bro. I mean, it's one of those things that you lose. If you lose, you lose, man. I don't think it's spoiled. I don't think original did. Original did not do it. It did not damage Joshua like that. It just, Joshua got caught, and and it's what happens, bro. It's boxing, not a big deal. So, guys, you heard it. I want to say thanks to each and every one of you for supporting the channel, and we'll definitely be right back with other